What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Jenny Hanson-Lane. I'm a digital marketer, course creator, and I spent this last year pursuing more passive income, and it was super fun. I think the most exciting thing that made it fun this past year was meeting all these people like you, meeting you on YouTube, and being able to share the journey of figuring stuff out and sharing the tips, and most importantly, sharing the things that didn't work and the things that went wrong. And you guys know that I always talk about that life isn't linear, and then life became very roller coaster for me the past month. And I felt like it was really important to share, particularly repeatability. Being able to succeed over and over again is literally, the secret to success. And it is all throughout our lives. And so it applies to lots of different subjects. And within each subject, you're able to kind of narrow down, what is success for marketing? What is success for being a mom to three boys, right? What is the successful foundations of a healthy marriage? So in this particular video, I'm sharing what I believe is the number one factor to repeat success on KDP. And if there's anyone that can share this, it's going to be me. It's going to be me this year. As you guys know, my best-selling books are blocked. So I'm starting over, right? So I've published a couple books since then, and they are my top sellers now. They're not in the top 10 or anything, but I'm grateful for anything that I can get. So in this video, I'll be sharing the ins and outs. That there will be some good takeaways for you. And this is essentially, what beginners need to know before they get to scale. And I scaled without knowing some of these things, and I would like to save people from some of the problems that I had. So just like the quick overview is understanding that knowing the basics. If you're asking another YouTuber for stuff you can Google yourself, that is something that you need to work on to have a stronger foundation. Okay. And the second thing that wasn't really talked to me a lot was building your portfolio strategy. And I didn't really know the risks involved with publishing so many different books together. And the third part, protecting your account. So these three things play in the foundation of what makes it very, repeatability for success. But at the end of the day, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing, because that fuels you to get up every time you get knocked down. And when you think about publishing books, you've heard me talk about this in the Don't Make Me Niche Slap You videos on YouTube, but also in my masterclass, that, asset niche distribution is important. When you have a book that you're selling, you pick a popular category, and then inside of there, you find the type of customer that's looking for that category. And then you identify a couple more things about them to get to the sub niche. And it's through this asset niche distribution that you're able to diversify your account and bring in profits from more than one book. So this has been a foundation of success for me. But then the most important thing is knowing when and how to protect your assets. This is really where I went wrong, and where I've spent intensively the past 22 days, who's counting, on being able to understand that life is not linear, but what can you do to make it the best enjoyable process that you can, right? And I think that's why modern roller coasters are so fun, because the risk and reward are very different, right? With modern technology, you know that they have taken overly safe precautions to create a safety system for an accelerated experience, right? So there's a ride that my son loves in Utah, and the ride is called the Cannibal, and it takes you up like an elevator and then you go out and I wish I had the stats. I'll have to pull it up from you. Anyways, it looks super dangerous. It feels super dangerous because it's brand new, it has little to no risk. Like, it is very safe. Yes, people have died on roller coasters, but it's not like the same as like getting in a car accident. Anyways, so back to KDP, knowing when and how to protect your assets is definitely a foundation for success, right? Because if you can do that, then your linear growth is a little bit less jagged, right? So the number one factor is going deep into a niche. That, to me, in my personal experience, has been my success. And one of the reasons I share that is because after my top selling books were blocked, I was already deep in the niche and I published again. And for February, my top selling books are 22 days old. 20 days old. I'll have to look. Maybe younger, maybe a little bit older. They're not they're not a year old like my other books. So this really showed me that going deep into a niche can really help you regain the success. And then it was like, well, what would I tell somebody if they had to start over, if they were brand new? You know, what would be the things that I would be telling them? And I was like, that's totally a masterclass. And so I decided to put together a masterclass. And I don't know why, but LL Cool J just kept coming to my mind. Mama's gonna knock you out. Mama said, knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. But like, because I've been down the rabbit hole of trademark and copyright, like, I'm not gonna call it, don't call it a comeback masterclass. The phrase don't call it a comeback came from, I mean, LL Cool J obviously sings it. It's the first line in his song, Mama Said Knock You Out. And he says, don't call it a comeback because I was never going to lose. I was never going to lose. And wouldn't that be amazing if we had that attitude in everything that we did? Like, don't call it a comeback. But for trademark purposes and just to play safe, I'm calling it a comeback masterclass because I am doing a comeback. You guys did see things crash and burn with me, and you guys comforted me, and I'm still in physical therapy for it, right? I'm still in, I'm still recovering. Life could be a lot worse. I have a lot to be grateful for. But I wanted to explain the power of this masterclass because I think it's going to be really great. Specifically, we're going to talk about why there might not be a thing called saturation when you niche down really deep. And I am living proof of this. So I want to share with you the ways that when you are niche down deeply, that there is no saturation. There's actually the opposite of saturation. You have the chance to create new sub niches, you guys. So it's actually really ironic that people steer away from something that they think is competitive on the outer layers. But when they dive in deeper, they actually see there's a whole world of profits to be made by books that have not even been created yet from things people are already searching. Okay, so that's like the deep down niche that we're going to talk about in this masterclass. And the idea of going into saturation and coming out unsaturated because you did your research. We're going to talk about using your profits to protect your books because I should have did this 6 months ago instead of yesterday. And if there was anything that I could have taught someone, or if I wish someone would have told me, like, hey, when you hit 5K on this book, let's go protect it. And these are all the necessary things you need to do to protect your account. No one even talks about things like that. And not, they might, but not to the degree that I needed at this time. There's nothing online. I have a coach that he talks a little bit about reporting your book, but he's a high content coach. So low content's a little bit different. Like, you can't copyright the inside of line journals. If that's a surprise to you, welcome to this channel. We're going to talk about understanding risk management for your account. This is something that I think I don't know how to say this. Most of my books were low content. None of my high content books were affected. So that gives me some key indicators about risk management for my account. And so I'm going to have a section of this masterclass about risk management because I'm taking it much more serious this year, risk management. And we all should, because risk management is one of the most popular terms for money and diversifying your money. And these books, aren't they just little coin books? Aren't these little coin purses? So what are we doing to understand and leverage risk management for our accounts? And then I think I made up this word, scalifying, scaling in a diversified way, scalifying. Maybe that's its own masterclass. Okay, so the things that I wish I would have known about diversifying my profits to protect my account. So this is going to be really fun because we're going to cover all the things I've been learning the past 3 weeks, but then things that I'm going to be implementing for 2023, because I'm calling it a comeback. Okay. And what I've been doing to use Amazon as my sandbox. Like, I've got a lot of questions. Do you think KDP is still worth it after your experience? And yeah, because it has the most customers on it anywhere. So how can I use this to my advantage? I heard an uncle and a nephew speak at a marketing conference called Funnel Hacking Live, and they do millions of dollars on Amazon a month. And they don't do books, they do products. And I watched a training from them about Amazon being your sandbox and finding the things that are going to work and then taking them elsewhere. So that's something I've been interested in since January 20th, which you guys all know what happened on January 20th. So the coolest part and most exciting thing that I've missed the most is live coaching. We're going to do a Q&A with this. And I love the live coaching because I get to hear from you guys and your experiences, and it's a more intimate way than just me sharing a video and you responding to my video. Okay. So call it a comeback masterclass. We're going to go live for this coaching call Tuesday, February 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is morning for some of you. That is early for some of you. That is midnight for some of you. And I'm so sorry. This is just the best time that seems like it works for the majority of people. But you guys know that whenever you invest in these things, you always have a replay. So if you have your phone out, I'll also put this in the description comments, a link. But the Call It a Comeback Masterclass QR code is right here. And if you click that, I have a coupon for you guys. And just a quick overview. We're going to do live training Q&A, right? You'll have a replay. As long as this class is live, you're always going to have it. I say lifetime access, but like limited lifetime because life is not linear. But you have unlimited access to this. So anytime that you log in and want to watch it, it's yours. I pull all the slides off. So if there's a slide that interests you with a framework or some type of strategy on it, you're able to use those. And then, which I think is the most valuable besides the actual live coaching, is the private question portal. This is a chance for some people have shared their niches or their books in here, and I've given them private feedback. Some people have just used questions that they wouldn't ask on YouTube for this private question portal. So this course, this masterclass with, you guys know that I add bonuses as we go. So it's always way more worth $69, but that's the price that we're launching it at. The doors open today. And I have early bird pricing for you guys until Sunday night that gives you 50% off if you use the code comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Okay, so $39, which is a total still to do an hour, at least an hour, right? We always chat and have a good time for this training and for the insights that we have. So let me know what questions you have about Call It a Comeback Masterclass, about the things that we're going to cover. Let me pull that back up, right? Being so saturated that you're unsaturated, deep down niche, protecting your books with profits, risk management, diversifying, using Amazon as your sandbox. So love you guys. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon online. Peace out.